All right. So now that we've come to the end of this impromptu Terror Train review series, I just gotta ask, what? I don't understand this movie. The whole movie, I'm waiting for the reveal of the killer, and then it doesn't come. The review that you think is gonna happen doesn't happen. So this movie takes place 1 year after the events of the first film, despite coming out 2 months after the first film. Yeah, they must have filmed these back to back. Because, yeah. And despite leaving off a cliffhanger at the end of the first one, they don't follow that up at all. It's head scratching. What the hell? So the plot is it's 1 year after the event of the first film, the remake, of course. It is New Year's freaking Eve. Happy New Year. We got this, finally something that connects to the original now. And Alana is suffering PTSD after the events of the first film, because of course you would. But they are doing this, they're now calling it the Terror Train, and it's like an anniversary thing, despite the fact that the first one was Halloween and this one is New Year's Eve. I don't know why it takes, whatever. And they are doing this Terror Train thing because of what happened, and so there are returning characters such as Pat, who was a character in the original who was basically a whore, and here they have her come back and she's a bitch. And then the president, who's known only as the president of the frat, he comes back, right? And then there's another girl who I think was in the first one, or maybe not, I don't know. It's supposed to be Pat's best friend, whatever. So Alana and her new roommate are going on this Terror Train because her friend talks her into it. And then we also have Sadie, I think is her name. She comes back. And then we meet Xander. And I'm sorry, there was a point that I was confused because where did Xander go? I don't know where they went. They? Who's the other person they're talking about? They have been running around here. They have black belt and karate. I'm like, wait, they're talking just about Xander? Are they trans? Because I thought it was just a gay guy. No offense at all. And I'm sorry if I misjudged this person. Good person. I can't say good sir or ma'am. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't look up the actor. I didn't know. But okay. Well, is that the weird one I saw as X and DR? Is that what that is? I don't know. But of course they get on this train and people started dying. Right? So who the killer? Obviously it's Connie come back, right? I got one thing that I didn't think of in the first film. So obviously they are copying the original film shot for shot in the first film, in the remake. All right, but if Carney was the killer the entire time, and they said that Kenny was the bunny the entire time, why did Carney need to kill Ed and take his costume if she was already gonna be on the train? The whole point of Kenny killing Ed is to take his costume and be on the train. Although in the original he was also the magician's assistant, so it's also kind of wishy-washy with that too. So that you could also ask that question in the original, but especially for Carney, who's the freaking conductor, why was she sneaking on as the clown? And so we get the clown in the hood at the beginning of this, killing people. We're obviously supposed to think it's Carney, because of course it's supposed to be Carney. I'm sorry, I I thought they were going in one way, which I absolutely would have hated. I thought they were going to insinuate that Claudia, that is the roommate, was actually Kenny's sister. The way she was acting, the way she was always disappearing when the killing was happening, conveniently off screen. She disappears kind of like when Carney was off screen for most of the time in the first one. So I thought, are they going to have her be Kenny's sister and her and her mom are doing some crazy sadistic thing? No, she's not. And you know what? I probably would have preferred that over what we got. Because what we got is so fucking stupid. It just, okay, so let's go over the killing. At one point, this one chick is, with this one dude who's dressed like Doc. Got the little tunic on. And she tells him to go get the weed and meet her in the private car. Of course, he's going to die, and he does. And then when Alana finds the dead body, or finds him being killed, actually, she tries to tell what's-her-face here. And she's like, no, he's a prank or something, or no, he's going to get stuff. And then all of a sudden, he comes in with the lizard head on the tunic. And she's like, did you get the weed? And Alana, rightfully so, was like, take your mask off. And she's like, Alana, knock it off. I'm like, no. Listen to her. Take your mask off. Alana is the smartest person on this train because she, from the very beginning, suspects that something is up, and everybody else is thinking, oh no, it's a prank. No. It's all part of the show, whatever. Also, I don't understand the magician's not able to do magic tricks now. Guess they gotta give him some kind of story arc after surviving his death in the last one. And they do make a point. They're like, well, how did you survive getting stabbed 11 times? Well, yeah, you and Chad Meeks Martin. Oh, he got stabbed like 20 times, but that's... I believe the magician surviving over Chad. I'm sorry. I would. But... yeah. So at one point, Pat accuses... what's-her-face? The roommate of doing this. Because she's obsessed with Alana, or whatever. It's clear that she's in love with Alana. At one point, like I said, I thought it was the daughter or sister of Kenny. Sister of Kenny, daughter of Kenny Carney. But it's not. There's a showdown, sort of, in the place where Carney revealed herself, the cage. And she's got like a flare gun or something pointed at them. I don't know what she was meaning to do with this. And so she's trying to explain what happened. She's playing that they're kindred spirits because she got abducted when she was 11. And the magician and Pat are like, oh, she's lying. She's just trying to gain sympathy. And then Pat, like, the magician, which by the way, they only call him the magician, is he ends up taking her phone. And Alana is the password to get into her phone. Okay. I was confused at first. I'm like, wait, is the magician the killer? Because I thought that was the other girl's phone. And he had it. And I'm like, wait, was that the one girl's phone? The dead one. Because she's killed and then it's like recorded her being killed with fake ass CGI blood. I mean, come on. They didn't show a lot of the kills in the previous one. The one that they showed with what's-her-face, Mitchie, this looks semi-realistic. Here, no, it's CGI fucking blood because they had to do this short period. Alright? So, Pet eventually freaks out. Why her name is Pet, I don't know. And she kills the roommate lady. With her defense being she was the killer, the roommate was, and she was self-defense. Because Magician lunges and he gets hit with the butt of the freaking axe, and then Pet intervenes and stabs her. takes out her intestine, which actually looks pretty cool. And so you think, okay, it's not over. So I'm sitting here going, so when is the real Carney gonna pop out and attack? Well, then Alana finds what's her face's phone and does the face scan and is looking over the video and happens to find a shot where the killer is going to stab, and they see the reflection in the knife, and it's Pet. So then Pet, like, she goes in to confront her, and she's like, oh, she's obviously lying, and I'm like, oh, that's very good Photoshop. And I'm like, okay, is there going to be some kind of twist? Did Carney set her up? No, she totally freaks out, stabs the magician, and goes after Lana, going, the entire time. And Alana takes her down, and that's it. Yeah, they have a wraparound scene where, once again, Lana's sitting in the back of the thing, the ambulance, and Magician's being rolled out. I'm like, okay. So is the real Carney going to show up and have one final stand? No, there's 2 minutes left of this movie. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the hell on. Back the truck up. Wait just a damn minute. Carney is not the killer in this movie? What the fuck was that tease then? The end of the first one, which obviously you had planned to do a sequel for, you teased that Carney was still alive. They even said in this that they never found Carney's body. Even though there was one, oh, he could have been eaten by wild animals. Sure, but if the body was actually dead, we saw her eye open, and then she opened her eyes and then died. Were they planning to do a third one where Carney comes back? Because it'd be stupid. They did sort of tease something like the terror bus. No. I don't get it. Why tease Carney coming back? This whole movie, I did not buy into any of the fucking red herrings because I kept saying it's going to be Carney. Although I did have an itch about the roommate being a daughter connected to it somehow. But once she was killed, I'm like, okay, obviously it's a red herring. She was a red herring thing. That's how Pet was a red herring. Connie's going to show up. No, it was Pet. And I don't get it. I don't get it. What was the point of that little tease at the end of the first one if they weren't going to capitalize on it? Or was the actress who played Carney not available and they just filmed it anyway? Did they set it up and then she was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to come back and film the second one. So they decided to go with a different killer? Oh, that is so fucking stupid. That just, oh my god. This one's not worth your time. I gave the last one a very low middle of the road. But I just, there's some stuff in it, I guess. It's not, it's with a stupid twist. The thing with Pet is she's trying to get famous. Like it's the Jill plot line from Scream 4. She just wants to be famous, like Alana. She wants to be known as being a final girl like Alana. That's it. And she killed the roommate because she knew that Alana was going to take the roommate's side, and it, and she wouldn't be able to prove anymore that they're trying to frame her. So that's obviously what she was trying to do. I don't know, this didn't... I didn't have the highest hopes for this in the first place, and this just... It honestly feels like they had an idea for a sequel with Carney returning, and like I said, the actress just wasn't available. So they had to give out the most derivative, lamest thing, because they already promised a sequel. Let's just write a quick draft of another script and go with it. Because it just... I don't know... It's just meh. It's stupid. I like to say this about movies, but it sucks. The first one was decent, at least. The twist was fucking stupid, eye rolling, but I don't know. The motive in this is even more eye rolling because I like Scream 4, but I've always thought that Jill's motive of, oh, I want to be famous and the final girl was just a fucking stupid motive. Say what I want about the family in Scream 6, but good old-fashioned revenge beats fame and fortune any day. I'm sorry, it does. So what are your thoughts on Terror Train 2? Sorry. I'm going to comment, so like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one. By the way, before I go, let me just give you a little ranking here. It goes Terror Train 2 at the very bottom. Last one, right? And then I'll put Train, the Terror Train remake, and this one. Okay? I'm sorry. Wasn't a fan of Train. It was just too much Hostel for my liking. And I didn't hate the Hostel movies by any means, but this just... no. So, thank you for watching. I'm Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.